All right. So yesterday we started a boot camp and we laid a foundation on what SNR is about and how SNRs are formed. And one thing we said is that SNR simply stands for support and resistance. Just a quick recap before we go into what we have for today. And we said that a resistance is formed when you have a buy and a sell candle. All right, so we are all welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Good day from wherever you are joining from. We started a boot camp yesterday, and and we looked at what SNR means. We said that SNR simply stands for support and resistance, and we said that a resistance is formed when you have a buy and a sell candle formed together, and then we say that it's whenever you see an A on a line chart, that's a resistance. And we said a support is formed when you have a sell plus a buy candle, giving you like a V when you change to the line chart. And we also mentioned that the time frames that we focus on while we are dealing with SNR is on higher time frame, daily, weekly, and monthly. Those are the higher time frames that we look for direction, that we only look for entries on lower time frame like 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and the rest of them. And from there, we proceeded and we look at definition of some terms like there's noise on the background. Please, let's try to, maybe you can mute your audio if you know where you are is noisy, please. So we said that we define certain terms, talk about a breakout, we talk about rejection, we talk about a fresh level. We said that a fresh level is a level that is a support or resistance level that was formed in the past that price is yet to retest or touch. So when price approaches such a level and gets to it, we should pay attention to it. And we also talked about breakout. Say breakout is when the body of the candle closes above a resistance level or closes beneath or below a support level. That's a breakout. And we say that rejection, on the other hand, is the opposite of a breakout. Rejection is when the candle body closes below a resistance level or closes above a support level. And we gave several examples on almost all the higher time frames that we can. So that's just a summary of what we looked at yesterday, and we were given assignments on what. Okay, we also learned the 4 types of SNR that we had. Yes, we talked about the apex, we talked about left shoulder, we talked about the RBS, resistance break becomes support, and we talk about SBR, support break becomes resistance. And then finally, the 4 type of SNR we look at is the open and close support or resistance level. And we explained them in details with examples, and everybody was clarified on what they meant or what they means. Now the recording has been uploaded on the group. Please, you can go over it again and again. You can watch it. If you didn't really understand it, one thing with this kind of knowledge is that when you take it, there are certain things that listening to it for the first time yesterday, it's possible you didn't get it exactly the way you should. So when you repeat it and watch it again, it will make more meaning. There are certain things you are going to hear again that will make more sense than it was yesterday. So the purpose of uploading the video is not for us to go about sharing it with friends, but to, give you the opportunity and the advantage to rewatch it over and over and over and over again until you master it. You understand? So keep watching the videos, keep watching them, keep practicing the things that you see there, backtest them, do your assignments, and before you know, you start gaining clearer understanding of what um we are talking about. So once again, we are welcome to today's class, and please, all the topics outlined in the course module are very important, but what we are going to look at today is very, very important. It's very, very important. I don't want to say it's the topic or module, but it seems so. So you have to pay extra attention. And I'm glad, I think we have everybody, almost everybody is here today. So you must understand what we want to teach this afternoon, because if you do, your trading will change forever. Trust me. So this afternoon, we are looking at storyline. And when we talk about storyline simply means market direction. There's no big deal about it. We cannot hear me.
We can hear you, sir.
All right, we are together then. So storyline simply refers to market direction. When we talk about storyline, that's what we mean. There's nothing confusing about it. And under the storyline, we're going to look at certain subtopics. The first one we'll be looking at is what we call start to finish. Start to finish. The next one we'll look at is confirmation of storyline. Then the next thing we look at is roadblock and obstacles, roadblocks or obstacles to storyline. If you understand this topic, you will know how the market moves and there won't be confusion in you taking your trades from day to day. Right, so then we have the next thing we'll look at will be, can call it order flow or market structure. Let's just use market structure. I will explain it to us. Then finally, we look at entries and exits. Sorry, this my structure gate, gate structure. So these are the subtopics we are going to look at under storyline, right? So whenever you hear me, if you see my chart and you see storyline, what I'm actually talking about there, I'm just referring to market direction. And when we are looking at market direction, these are the things that we consider. We look at the start to finish. We look at the confirmation of storyline, look at roadblocks or obstacles to storyline. We look at market structure, we look at entry and exit. Now, let me move this here so that we can be seeing it. Like I said yesterday when we started, there is nothing random in the market. Everything in the market is precise. And the Forex market is controlled by an algorithm that has already been built by the market makers. So every style of trading you see is simply individuals trying to, decipher that algorithm and how it works, and then explaining it to people, right? So when you have a particular strategy, that's why any strategy in the market can win. Depends on your understanding of it and how you use it, right? So what storyline helps us to do is that it tries to simplify the operation of the market algorithm and how it operates. And you will see that everything that happens in the market, price always moves from support to resistance, from resistance to support, from support to resistance. So that's what we mean by start to finish. So a storyline will always start from a support and ends in a resistance, or it will start at a resistance level and end at a support level. For instance, if we look at this monthly time frame now, let's use um, this current area that we have and try to identify how market has been moving. First of all, this move here started from this buy here. I guess it started from a monthly support level. We have a monthly support here, this RBS on the monthly. So that was where this buy started from. So we have the market moving from a support level, and it came. The reason why it broke this high is because at this point, market came to make an all-time high. So, but after that, we saw that the market formed a resistance on the monthly, which is here. This is an apex resistance. It formed another resistance again. After that one, we had an open and close here. This space between this candle and this candle here, which is a resistance as well. So this month did not reach the apex. The month of June, this is June 2023, it didn't reach the apex, but it reached this open and close, and it started to sell. And it sold all the way, and it came to what? A support, which is here. So market came here in the month of October, and then we started having a buy. The market bought, and it came back again to a resistance here, this apex that price formed earlier. That is still fresh because price did not tap into it before selling. So that's why we saw that we had a rejection last month, and then this month we are having the candle is still forming, which I believe we are going to go down from here as we look at the market now. So that is how the market moves. The market always moves. Storyline always start from a support to a resistance, from a resistance to a support on all the time frames, on daily, on weekly, on monthly, even on 4 hours. That is how the market moves, from support to resistance, and from resistance to support. It can be support anything or resistance anything. Price can move from a monthly left shoulder support and goes to a monthly apex resistance. It doesn't matter. As far as it's a resistance, the storyline is still valid. Are we together?
Yes.
There's only one person that is responding. Are we on the same page?
Yeah, we are.
All right. So storyline is always moving from support to resistance, resistance to support. Let's go back and look at other examples so that we are not speaking in abstract. If we look at this, these are monthly candles. This thing happened even almost in a whole year. If we are to look at what transpired inside this range, you will see that price is always moving from support to resistance. This sale started from this open and close here. It sold, it came down, it sold again, and then it sold and came down here to a support. I believe there's a weekly obstacle here or something that resisted price. But if you check everything we are talking about, you always be seeing it. This is a monthly resistance zone. Even though the price closed slightly above it, but it's still inside the zone. Because if you are marking the zone, you still I'll teach us how to mark zones. It's still inside the zone. It sold and it came down to a monthly support, which is here. And that's where the buy started from. It bought, went up. Where did it react from again? A monthly resistance, this open and close resistance here. That's where price reacted from, and it rejected, and price now sold and it came down. So market is always moving like that. And when you check higher time frame, you will be able to understand what we are talking about. Now let's go to daily time frame and see if we can identify the things we are talking about. Now, this is daily. Say that market is always moving from support to resistance and from resistance to support to resistance. If we can use, even if we use this range here as an example, it will be more straightforward for us. Okay, so if you come here, you can see, where did this sell start from? This sell start from where? An SBR here, true or false? Here, this is support, breaks, becomes resistance, and then we had the market sell down, and it came down to a support here. This is a daily support. So that is resistance to support, support back to resistance, resistance back to support. I remember this place in the market. I was just catching all the moves because I understood storyline. So the moment price comes to a daily support, I'll look for confirmation and buy. If it goes to a daily resistance, I'll look for confirmation and sell. Like that. So that's how you catch moves in a ranging market. As far as the level is fresh, you can be looking for trades there. And we saw that when price broke this level, it came down again. It broke here. That's resistance break. Support broke becomes resistance. Price sold and it came to this level here, which is a fresh daily support. And then it started buying. And after buying, where did it come to? It come to a what? A resistance here. Can you see my cursor?
Yes, I can.
So that is how the market always moves, from support to resistance, from resistance to support. So as a day trader, or as an intraday trader, or any trader that you are, whether swing or day trader, all you need to do is to identify support and resistance levels in the market and look at how you can take advantage of them, right? So that you know where market is going and where it was coming. Like for instance, if you look at some of the trades that I've been posting in the past 2 weeks, here, for instance, here we had price come down here. Sorry, we had price came down here. This is a daily open and close support. So price came there this was on a Tuesday, I think 2 weeks ago, and we had a daily reject day. So since price is buying from its support, now where will be your take profit? To be a resistance, which is here. So if you enter this trade, if you bought from here, you can take your profit here. That's why you saw that when market got here, it reacted. There was rejection. Then it came down the next day before price went up again. So when you understand storyline, you will know when you will leave the market. Please, that someone is using the speaker, is disrupting the call. You can kindly remove it from the speaker, please. We are still going to share the video so you can still listen to it, right? Yeah, so that's the meaning of start to finish. When we talk about start to finish of a storyline, that's what we're talking about here. Are we together?
Yes.
Any question on that?
Nothing for now. Yeah.
Does anyone have a question on that?
No?
No, not for me.
All right, so it's well understood. The next subtopic under storyline that we're going to look at is very, very important, and that is confirmation of storyline. Now, there are so many SNR levels that we are going to encounter while you are trading.